Hola, bienvenidos.
Hola, bienvenidos to this show. Hey, this week we talk about my California trip. We talk about dancing at the club, and we talk about Benson Boone. You know, Eeudge. What the hell?
Leave it in.
Whatever.
Huge. So I'll open her up.
Go ahead.
So I very rarely went onto Instagram.com earlier, like probably yesterday or something. And Danny had posted a story, and it seemed like he was like, guys, like, do I put too much effort into my Instagram stories? Do I take too long? Like, Christian, some people think so. And then like I was like, there was like a poll or something, and so I was like, no, you don't, love it, king, or whatever. and then the next slide over, he was like, honestly, like, sometimes you think that people have your back and you think that people support you, but then they are actually like secretly haters, and not everyone has your best interest at heart. And then it was like a screenshot of like a text message or like some swipe up that Christian sent him, Christian, his roommate, where he was like, oh, like, I'll always like the story, but like it does make my day worse.
So for context, it was for our California trip, which obviously I'll get into. But it was our beach day, and I was like, well, it was a fun beach day. I was like, I'll do a little beach story. And when I do my stories, I pick one image that's gonna be the main one, and then I put a bunch of like little smaller images, and then I always pick a song that fits. And a lot of times, if I don't have an idea immediately, I'm like, all right, guys, what's a good song or whatever. Then I find the clip or whatever. It wasn't working. the audio wasn't cooperating. Sorry.
The application was not responding.
It was being frustrating and difficult to work with. And I was just, we were silent. We were very tired after a long beach day, and we were at a restaurant. And I was just on my phone. And then Christian's laughing because I'm putting so much effort into it. And I'm like, God damn it, people like my stories. I put effort into it for a reason. And then the next one was me just being stupid, being like, guys, be honest, you guys fuck with my stories. and then I was like, because some people are bullying me about it, but real ones get it. And then I showed him that, and then he started laughing again. And then to be fair, the next one was kind of a joke that we both came up with, where I was like, imagine I just go to like Pinterest and look up like some little Pinterest quote about fake friends or whatever. And so I found one and I screenshot it and I put it up there, and it was like, you think you know your friends, and then all of a sudden, whatever. And then it's like, and then shit gets real. And then so that one, so Christian just responded to kill yourself to that other. He just put KYS to that previous one. So that's the screenshot that I put. Jacob, shout out Jacob, was the one who was like,
Jacob?
Jacob was like, which was also so funny because like obviously the beef was between me and Christian, and then Jacob just comes in and is like, I will always. He's like, I'll always physically like your stories whenever I see it, but whenever I open up the app and see you have a story, it makes my day worse. I'm like, for sure.
Jacob,
so
I know you're listening.
Tisk. And then that's when I put up the story. I put up the poll. Sorry, I was like, "Do you guys fuck with my stories?" And everyone put yes, except for Christian, who put no. Kill yourself. But yeah, because I put a lot of effort into my stories, and they always come out good. And I just made on Instagram a whole grid post slideshow about the trip.
Hell yeah!
So
okay. I have not seen that. But yeah, before we started filming, he said something about like, oh yeah, like I put effort into my stories, like the fans like it or something. I said no, it's like definitely a hot girl thing to do. Because like there's like TikTok tutorials or Pinterest tutorials that'll show you how to make your Instagram story like look really cool. Or I know there was this girl who went to NAU, where I went, my alma mater. And like her grid posts, sometimes she would make it like kind of like a scrapbook, and like the photos, the like scrapbook would continue slide by slide. So when you swipe, it's like, so yeah, it's a hot girl. You're a hot girl.
I am a hot girl.
Yeah,
I've been saying that for years. So yeah, and I'm just glad that people appreciate it, because with resounding affirmation, for every one hater you have 10 to 15 lovers. I don't know, fans. There you go.
Don't be a hater, be a creator. That's what I always say.
And you've always said that.
And I've always said that.
But yeah, the big thing to talk about is I went on that California trip, which we mentioned in a previous episode.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. We were there for like 4 days technically, like 3 whole days, and then like the 2 days of like traveling there and from.
Mm-hmm.
So the first full day, well, the first night that we got there, we were pretty tired, and that was the night that Fantastic Four came out, and I was like, guys, do we want to go watch that? And they were like, sure. I said,
Oh, so you
let's
went to
freaking
go
go.
see it?
Yeah, so I did go see it. So that was very fun. And I'll talk about that when I talk about my movies that I've seen.
Okay.
So that was super fun. And then I wanted to go to like a cool movie theater. Like, have you ever been to Universal Studios Hollywood?
No.
Okay. Well, I've only been like once a long time ago, but I remember there's a little area called City Walk, which is like the area like leading up to, which is like free. Like it's like you don't have to actually pay to get into this part, but it's just like a bunch of shops and restaurants, and a lot of them are like the Universal
Yeah.
stuff themed or something. It's just kind of like a mall or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's like downtown Disney.
Basically, yeah. And then and there's a theater there that apparently is pretty popular, and I was looking for showtimes there, and it was already like packed, or like they were really expensive, or actually no, they were packed and very expensive. It was like $25 a ticket.
What the hell?
Here it's like 10 to 14, and the place that we ended up going to was 10 to 14. But this is what I realized. I was like, maybe in a place like California where people like kind of care about movies, or not that people don't care about it here or whatever, but like it's freaking Hollywood. Like everyone's kind of keeping an eye on keeping their hand on the pulse, whatever the fucking phrase is.
Finger on the pulse.
Finger on the pulse of like media and stuff, because like I always like whenever a big movie is coming out, I see trailers where it's like, and now you can pre-order your tickets. It's usually for like the blockbusters, like the Marvel and DC ones or action movies, But I've never had trouble like not having a ticket on opening weekend. I always just show up or like buy it the day before, and I've always been fine. Not the case in California because everyone's freaking on it, I guess. Especially because there's so many theaters that are like kind of like iconic. Like there's the El Capitan, and there's the Chinese theater, and then that one the AMC on Universal and things like that. So I was like, okay. So we just ended up finding a random AMC. We went there. And we went to a really nice sushi place. But the next day we spent it in Hollywood. Just went on like the Hollywood like Walk of Fame, like that little boulevard, right? Pretty cool. We went to the Museum of Death. Kind of scary, a little more intense than we thought it was going to be.
Oh, who would have thought?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought it was. I thought it was going to be intense. I think Christian and my partner didn't think it was going to be as intense, and they were kind of surprised too. But pretty interesting way to start the day for sure. And then right afterwards, we were like, well, we're hungry. And we went to, like across the street to what's his face? Danny Trejo, the actor.
Yes.
Danny Trejo's Cantina, whatever it was called.
Okay.
And that was pretty good. I had what did I have? I had a burrito. What?
I like cantinas.
You like a cantina? I had a burrito, and they had like tacos and stuff. It was all very good, solid Mexican food. Shout out Danny Trejo. I think he has restaurants here. Anyways, and then we kept going, and I just kind of wanted to see the sights. Like I wanted to see the Chinese theater with all like the people's handprints and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Hollywood, California? Really?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty cool.
I think anytime I've gone to California, it's only been like San Diego, Pismo Beach.
So you never been to like LA?
I don't think so.
Huh. I will say, like, I think technically LA we spend very little like time in actually, because we were in Hollywood, in which I'm sure there's probably nicer parts of Hollywood, because like Hollywood Boulevard is all very like, it feels kind of like a knockoff. It feels like a much smaller like Las Vegas Strip, where there's like a bunch of touristy souvenir kind of shops, lots of bars and like that stuff. A lot more theaters than there are in like Vegas, and like a lot of people like on the street like selling shit and things like that. And there's people like in those costumes that are around like for you to take pictures with or whatever. It's very much like that. So it's like I feel like when these celebrities and stuff are hanging around Hollywood, it's probably a nicer place than this. They're probably not here on the boulevard.
Yeah, I don't think they're in maybe West Hollywood. I hear
maybe. Yeah, that sounds right. I wouldn't know. I'm not on the elite.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that was fun. The Chinese theater was cool. Like it was mainly just like sightseeing. At the end of the night, we went to Griffith Observatory, which I'm sure you might have heard of. They're pretty famous, pretty popular observatory.
Yeah.
And I mainly know it from its appearance in La La Land. Shout out any La La Land fans. I know you're listening, Jacob. But by the time like we went there, we were like, oh, we left like 40 minutes before sundown was supposed to happen. And we were like, we'll get there and then like be there for when the sun sets. Because it's like on top of a mountain, so it's got like a really nice view of like the city. I'm like, so that'll be pretty cool to see. Not the case. The entire like drive up the mountain to get there, super packed. And then like to park, awful. We had to like for a second we were almost like parked at the bottom of the mountain, and there was like there's a hike you can take, or it's like okay, but at this point it's pitch black. We're not gonna hike. I think it was like a mile and a half or something.
Yeah.
And so we ended up like we're like okay, we're just gonna call it quits, but unless like we go up and there's a parking spot, and then there was. So we were there for like the last maybe 40 minutes before they closed because they closed at 10. But it was still pretty cool, like just seeing like the skyline of the city. Also, what's nice being outside when it's not freaking hot like it is here.
Mhm.
So just generally, the weather was nice. It was like it wasn't cold enough, but it was chill. It was good. And seeing the observatory, we were inside like very not that much, but we saw like the usual sights.
Okay.
That was very fun. Lots of pictures, lots of cool stuff for the skyline. You could see you could say a noticeable layer of smog across the city, just because that's LA for you. I mean, it's known for like. I mean, I'm not sure Arizona is probably that much better, but the pollution is visible when you're looking at the whole city from above. There's a noticeable layer of smog.
Yeah, I think we're known for having bad pollution here, or at least we were back in the day. I think now, like, there's a lot more electric cars on the road, so I think that would help contribute to
I'm sure there's probably
less.
more, if not the equal to in
But
California.
I'm not gonna lie, I always thought that I don't know where I got this idea, but I thought that our magnificent sunsets were because of the pollution.
I think that's true.
Oh.
I think from because from what I've heard is that the stuff in the air when whatever the science is, whenever the sunlight goes through it, it's what makes it like the pink and purple colors.
Shout out.
But I mean,
price to pay.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because even when we were in the observatory area, like when you look up at the sky, like there was not that much stars. Like there was still a pretty noticeable amount of light pollution.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I was like, that kind of sucks. But I'm sure like with the actual, if you went up to a telescope, it would be pretty nice or whatever. But that was kind of unfortunate, just because I'm also used to like when we were in Flagstaff, like even when you're in the city, just look up and there's hella stars. Hella stars. And then we went home and passed out. The next day was going to be the big day of the concert.
Yes.
So beforehand, we went to, where did we go? We were like, okay, let's just go in the general area, because Christian had looked up like things to know about going to an event there, and they were saying like, do not park in one of their parking lots, because if you go and it's like a packed event, it takes like 4 hours to leave. Jesus. And like there was like apparently stories of like people were like, oh, make sure your car is on a full tank of gas, because people will be sitting for so long that their tank will just run out of gas and shit. And we're like, wow, okay, so we'll find a parking lot like nearby and just walk there and walk back when we're done, which we did. And it was a little scary walking there. It was in the middle of the day, so it wasn't like the worst thing. But I was like, man, this is gonna be a very scary walk if we do this alone. But we didn't, because everyone had the same idea. So at the end of the night, everyone was walking down.
Hell yeah.
LA. And it was like in Chinatown where we ended up parking. So in the day, we just went to Chinatown and had some food, and then just kind of hung around the area, which was also very cool. I saw where they shot a scene in Rush Hour. They set it on the side of the restaurant.
Whoa.
Rush Hour was shot here. And that's like the closest we probably got to like actually LA. Because after that, we were like, well, it was kind of an awkward period of time where we like, by the time we finished eating in Chinatown, we were like, well, we don't have that much time to go do something else in LA and come back in time for the thing. But it's also too early for us to just go to the concert or go to the stadium or whatever. Mm. So I was just like, well, let's just drive around LA and like see the city or whatever. So we did that. And that was, I mean, it's a nice city. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like it's not like, what was that noise? She's licking herself. I was like, it's obviously not anything new or whatever, but like there's a lot of cool culture there. Like it's like the fact that you drive, like we drove through Chinatown and Little Tokyo, and like even when you're not in those cities, there's a lot of like kind of like when I was in New York, like almost everything has all these different like translations, because it's like a bunch of different people live here and shit. It's just a very cool area. I don't know. And then we went to the concert, and the concert was really good. I personally have never had an emo phase. I was never huge into My Chemical Romance. When I was younger, I could have. What?
You're just going for vibes.
I'm just going for the vibes. I remember. So I could have like named like 2 MCR songs back if you had asked me like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then last year we went to When We Were Young, in Vegas, which is all kind of like emo rock music and stuff, and like punk or whatever. And the only reason I went to that was because Christian just randomly bought 3 tickets and was like, "Hey, Jake, you and Jacob, do you guys want to come along?"
I remember when that happened.
And I was like, "Sure, I'm sure I could get the PTO off," and I was thankfully able to. So we just went for the basically the day. We flew there and then back the next day. And one of the people that was supposed to play was My Chemical Romance. They were supposed to be one of the last ones of the night, or I think the last one of the night. And it would have been cool to go, but then Christian got very drunk and we had to leave. But thankfully, I got to stay and see Fall Out Boy, which I do love Fall Out Boy. But I was like, man, like even then when I was like, I'm not like again, I could probably name 2 songs, but like, that just would have been cool to see My Chemical Romance. It was such like a big band, I feel like. And maybe that's just I mean, no, I was like maybe that's just the circles that I went in, but no, it's like a pretty big band. Like for the most part,
No,
people,
huge.
yeah.
Huge.
So it's like it just would have been cool to see, like to be able to say that I saw them or whatever. And then eventually, Christian like got the tickets for this, and he was like, "Well, we need people to come," and I was like, "Okay, we'll come." And then I started dating my partner, and they liked My Chemical Romance, so they just started showing me their music. So by the time I actually went this weekend, I had like known a good amount of their music.
Nice.
I wasn't singing along to every single song, but I knew a good portion of it, enough for me to have a lot of fun. And it's the first time I've been to a concert where like it was like a show. I feel like instead of like I don't think I expect you expect this from like a small band, like which are most of the ones that I see. Like when we went to go watch Axe and the Hatchet Man, or like little bands like that who were playing at the freaking Rebel Lounge.
Yeah.
But like, so to be fair, I haven't been to very many like huge
Stadium
bands,
shows.
right?
Yeah.
But it was like a whole on show. Like they basically just played, or not basically, they literally just played the whole Black Parade album.
Whoa.
Like in order and everything, and there was like a whole story to it. Like there was little beats in between and stuff, and there was a whole theme. And it was very gay theater kid, shout out. So I loved it. And then like at the end, they just like ended up coming back out outside of their costumes and stuff, and they just played a couple songs. So it was all very cool. Like it was very surreal. Like I mean, the stadium was huge. Like it was there was a point where they did like the whole like flashlight little things where you see all the little stars, and that was really cool because with such a huge stadium, actually seeing that to that scale, which I'd never seen it to that scale before, that was pretty nice. It was. I don't know. It was hard to like, even though I'm not a MCR mega head or anything like that. It was very hard to not kind of feel the energy of everyone just like being a super fan,
of course,
and everyone loving it.
That's like the great thing about concerts.
No, for real.
Yeah.
And also not to mention that their opener was Wallows, who I am a big fan of.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't? No, that's part of the reason why I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Shit.
The opener was Wallows.
We've seen him.
It's funny because almost around this time of year last year too. It was like end of August last year. So that was cool. But yeah, no, that was cool watching them again. I will say that all the stadium food and drinks and stuff expensive as hell.
I'm sure.
Christian bought a drink. I think it was like a whiskey sour. It was like $33. $33, and I said that's crazy.
Wouldn't a can be more economical?
Economical? What do you mean?
Like
if he had bought
better value? I don't know.
Probably. I will say that it probably cost so much because it was like you also get to keep the cup. Like it was like a solid cup, not like a little plastic thing.
Okay.
I bought a thing of nachos that was $16, and it came in that little helmet right there.
Oh, cute.
Let me pull it out for the fans.
Hell yeah.
Little LA Dodgers. Oh yeah, I was at the Dodger Stadium. But yeah, so that was super fun. A lot of people were in like costumes and dressed up, and it was very cool. Very much like everyone, maybe like I saw, maybe like 5% of people were not wearing like all black. Like
yeah,
it was there's very much a dress code.
More emo? Yeah,
I mean, I wore my Wallow shirt, which is black.
Okay.
And then I just wore dark pants, and I have dyed hair. I think, and a nose piercing. I think I blended in just fine.
I went to like a couple months ago. Me and Shorty, we went to a Denzel Curry concert, and he's a rapper, and it's pretty. I wouldn't say like hardcore or anything, not by any means, but still, just like you get it, gritty. And I like on purpose wore like a little like flowery mini dress and like sandals and my purse, and I was like because I was like, yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, want to show the variety of his fans,
right?
But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, because
Rats.
They're My Chemical Romance shirt. Oh, my partner. Well, I'll watch it.
Rats. Wait, you can like audio dub rats.
They wore their My Chemical Romance shirt that they like already had. Christian wore his girls' night shirt.
No way!
Oh my gosh, he wore that shirt, And some dude who sat behind us was like talking about it, and he was like, this dude probably had to be like really drunk or high or something. He was definitely not of right mind, probably. And he was just like, dude, is that Hunter Biden on your shirt? And Christian was like, what? He was like, that dude on the back of your shirt, like, is that Hunter Biden? And Christian was like, no, it's just like from a podcast, which is so funny because I don't even think he listens to that podcast.
He
Like,
doesn't.
It's just because you recommended it. Like, we saw the shirt that you had, and it was funny.
It's the Yard podcast. They have a shirt that says "Girls Night" in the front, and then on the back it has one of the podcast members with like a t-shirt on his head, and he's smoking crack in a bathroom.
Yeah.
And I wore that just like on a random night, like to your house or something.
I think we were going out to a bar, and you walked in, and you're like, "Yep," and you like turned around and like pointed to the back of your shirt.
I don't even except. Like, I know you guys don't give a fuck about the Yard. Like,
we just thought it was a really funny concept for that shirt.
Christian.
Hilarious.
No, it was to the Wallows concert.
Was it?
Yeah, because I remember it was like us together, and I remember like walking in front of him, and he was like, "That shirt is fucking hilarious." And I bet if you look back at our Wallows photos, I'm wearing the Girls Night shirt.
That's funny.
But he loved it so much. He doesn't even watch the podcast or anything. I mean, like he knows love it. But so he bought the shirt.
So this guy was just talking to him. He was like, he's just kidding. Is that Hunter Biden or whatever? And then like he started asking Christian. At this point I'm not engaging. I'm just like I'm kind of like looking away, trying to avoid it, and like just like my ear up and listening. And the guy is like, yeah, he was just on like Channel 5 News this week. Did you see the Hunter Biden interview? And Christian's like, no.
Hunter Biden fangirl.
Yeah, which is so funny because I mean, yeah, I think I saw like a clip of that since it happened. Like, I guess it is kind of like news, but it's such a random thing to just be talking about right now.
That's so funny.
And so he was just talking to Christian about it, and then eventually Christian just like turned around and it was over. But then like various times I still heard him being like, dude, that guy looks just like fucking Hunter Biden. And I think even like after the show where like they had done played the Black Parade, and they were like about to come on to do like a couple other songs, like in between that silence where they were getting ready back to whatever. Like that guy was just talking to someone else. He was like, yeah, doesn't the guy on this guy's shirt look like Hunter Biden? And Christian were just like laughing, like Christian not turning around. And I'm like, are they talking about your shirt again? He was like, yeah. So that was funny. So some people got a good kick out of Christian's shirt for sure.
Oh man, that's great. I love that. Wow. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so and that was that night. After that, nothing. We went home and passed out. I think we got some Jack in the Box maybe. I have to. And then Christian got sick. Because here's what happened. It was crazy because he pointed it out after, midway through the show or something. I don't know. He was like, I got a weird like scratch in the back of my throat, like when you're about to get sick. And I said, that's crazy because like I did too for like a second. Like I was totally fine all day, and then I got to the stadium, sat down, took a sip of a Smart Water, which was $8 by the way for like the half size. Insane. And I took a sip of Smart Water, and then I was like, what the hell is that? I feel something in the back of my throat. Like, you know, like when you're about to get sick, like I was like, there's a little scratch in the back of my throat. And then like I just kept drinking water, and then it went away, and I was fine. But then yeah, Christian, like I said, at the same time, like when he sat down, he just felt that, and then the next morning he was very sick.
Shit.
So we didn't leave the B&B until like a lot later, and then we went and got him like medicine and stuff. And that was the beach day. This was Sunday. This was beach day. So I was like, well, I don't know if like he said he was pretty much chill, but he just wasn't gonna get in the water. And I was like, okay, word. So then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and which is crazy. This is kind of I told them this later because I was Christian drove us there and then back, and then I was doing all the driving in the city so that Christian could drink. So I was driving us everywhere around LA, and driving in LA is a little crazy. Like for the most part, it's not that different, but the freeways I've noticed are like they split off a lot. So like you usually hear when you're driving, if you need to get off soon, you kind of just stick to the right lane. But you can't really like I obviously don't know the freeway, so I kind of have to like just like be in the middle because sometimes the freeway will continue this way and then it'll split off this way, or it'll continue this way, split like like you just I don't know what side I'm gonna be on. Yeah. So and then people just like they let you in when you need to merge a lot easier. They're a lot nicer over there. And also like there's so much space in between. Like no one's riding on anyone's ass that much.
Interesting.
Like no one's really like speeding. No one's riding up on each other's ass. And like I was the fastest one driving, and I don't even like drive that fast. Like I pretty much go the speed limit. Maybe 5 over. Anyways, so it was like 19 miles from our Airbnb, but because traffic is so bad, it took us like 50 minutes to get to Santa Monica. Sure. Yeah, the traffic is always constant there. and it's probably because everyone's so just spaced out. You know what I mean?
Either that or like they just know like, hey, you're in it until you're not.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
there's no way to go faster.
There's
because it's
something.
just traffic.
Right, this is just it.
Yeah.
There's something about the driving culture that is different, and if I drove there a little bit more, I maybe would be able to decode it. But anyways, we got to Santa Monica Pier, and then we ate at a little seafood place on there. Very good. I had a shrimp po' boy, and then at that point it was like maybe 2 or 3 p.m. and then we were just on the beach for the rest of the day. We put some towels out, and Christian just laid on the beach, and then me and my partner went out into the water, into the waves, and that was a lot of fun. And then we just chilled on the beach afterwards, and like just hung out. I wasn't there long enough to get a tan. I kind of wanted to. I tried.
Do you tan?
I do.
No?
I only really burn like on my face a little bit, like on the cheeks, but like it does take a lot for me to burn. Like I usually do tan. Like when I was a kid, I used to swim a lot in like my parents' pool, and I would get a little golden. I feel like I maybe did a little bit, but not much.
I think for me, like I don't burn that easily, except for like maybe like the back of my neck or maybe my cheeks. I don't know. It's been a while. I wear sunscreen. But I like never burn on like legs or like most of my back or arms or anything. But I also feel like I don't like I think I have to be outside like consistently like many days in a row in order to get a tan. But I'm going to Hawaii in a couple of weeks, so we'll find out, I guess.
Oh, we'll see. We're gonna take a before and after picture.
Yeah, I feel like I just stay the same like this skin tone pretty much all year. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel like I ever really get like I'm not outside that much enough for me to tan, I suppose is a good way to put it. But
yeah, maybe same.
But like if I go out and stuff, then I do end up like I tan a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember it had been so long since I got sunburnt that one time me and Christian went fishing, and I was like driving around all day and like my hand out the window like this, and the next day this part of my arm hurt, and I was like, what is going on? I called my sister. I was like, why does my skin hurt? Because she's a nurse. I was like, why does my skin hurt? And then she was telling me, she was like, dude, you probably got sunburned. And I was like, no, yeah, that can't happen. Like it had been so long since like, because I normally was just kind of used to just like tanning if I was outside.
Yeah.
That it just like, it was so unfamiliar to me.
Yeah. My mom actually like her left arm is significantly darker than her right.
Oh, really?
Because of like driving. And so she actually has a sleeve that she'll put on specifically on her left arm to try and even it out. Cause she like she was like mentioning it to me the other day. She was like pissed off. Love you, Mom. Yeah,
that's funny.
She was like, oh my God, look at my watch tan.
Do you know how tanning works to like if you put on sunscreen, does that mean you won't tan either? Or do you still kind of cook your skin? It's just that you don't get any of the cancer.
You tan less, but you do tan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I know it's not like you don't tan at all, but like,
yeah.
But like for example, like people do like tanning like lotion, right? Does that just cook you more?
That literally is like if you put
olive
like
oil?
baby oil on your skin, then like what's gonna happen is makes your what I think happens, Dr. Adjacent.
Yeah, Dr. Adjacent.
It makes your skin like more reflective, and so the sun like is more attracted to that.
Oh.
And so sometimes I've even heard of people being like, guys, like tanning hack, after you put on your sunscreen, put on oil or like tanning oil, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know, does that like counteract?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do those cancel out?
But yeah, that would be why.
Okay. But yeah, we were there until like we saw the sun kind of setting, and then we were like, let's just go home. And then I don't think we did anything after that. We just we stopped at a diner, which is where I got bullied about the Instagram stories. And then yeah, we went home. And that was it.
Very fun.
And the next day we went to a Bob's Big Boy. You familiar with the big boy outside with the burger?
I have heard of it. Yes.
We went to one of those, and then we left, and now we're here.
Hell yeah.
But overall it was very fun. We were at a restaurant. Were we? I don't know. I asked them. I was like, because I also went with them to New York plus Jacob. So I was like, so we've traveled before, and I was like, do you guys think we're good travelers? Because, and I think it just has to do with me, but part of me was worried. I was like, all things that I had a lot of fun. Like I enjoyed all of it, but I was like, Oh, like, but did we really make the most out of like coming to see California? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then like, and then we basically just came to the conclusion like, well, if you're spending like not that much time in your like hotel or Airbnb or whatever, then like you're doing it, like you're out. But
Mm-hmm.
like if you go somewhere and you spend like a bunch of time in the Airbnb in the hotel, then you're not really doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, yeah, that makes me feel a little better. But just because like we just did not have like a, like a bucket list of what to do. Like
Mm-hmm.
we were just like we're gonna be here for 3 days and there's gonna be a concert on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and like we would like to maybe go to the beach at some point.
Yeah.
So there was never any like plan. So that was part of my like are we really doing it right or whatever. But I think that's just part of like me where I kind of have this feeling where like oh like I need to make the most out of something when I can just kind of be chill and
Mm-hmm.
just be okay with what's going on. And ultimately that's what happened. But you know.
Yeah. Ultimately, what I'll say is like, um, okay, I'm very lucky with traveling, like with my like traveling experience. And so I want to preface that. But like my parents, like they're very much like go goers when we're traveling. Like
Mhm.
they love a road trip. They love a continental road trip. You know, we've gone like up the coast a couple times. We take like 2 weeks going like driving up to
Wow.
Seattle, and so you're staying, different
Yeah, yeah.
places, or we've gone to like just like we like Colorado or like different places. And then also like my dad's from Ireland, and he's lived in England and in Holland, and so he also likes traveling within Europe, and so we've done our fair share of traveling, and it's always go go go. There's always like some fucking museum to go to or like
Right.
something like that, and sometimes I would like to wind it down a little bit.
Right.
I would like to like have like a tropical vacation, which is why I want to go to Hawaii. Well,
Mhm.
that's why I'm going to Hawaii. And just like chillax. I would love to have that
Right.
sort
We'd love
of
to
vacation.
chillax.
I haven't experienced that yet in my lifetime.
Yeah, I don't. I
Um,
also don't think I've had. Oh, I don't know if they were really vacations. We used to take like day trips to like Rocky Point, and that
yeah.
would just be to like hang out at the beach. So I guess that. But a full on like vacation just to relax, I've also never done that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean like it's really great. Like they definitely are go go go. And I think like what's important is to have a balance and to like listen to your body,
Mhm.
because like even my most recent trip to Ireland in March for like my cousin's wedding, like great time, but then once it was hitting, we got there on like Monday, I think, or I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe it was Monday by the time we got there. I don't know. But by like Thursday, like I was like my body was mad at me because it hadn't started its period yet,
Mhm.
which I like traveling does that sometimes, and like I was like feeling like shit, and yet we spent like the whole day like in Dublin on like public transportation, just going everywhere.
Mm,
Which would
yeah.
that sounds great, unless you feel like shit,
Right.
and you're just like, and you also can't do anything because you have like bad phone service, so like it's
Mm.
unreliable, and you took like three forms of transportation to get to that point. So like going back to your grandparents' house would be hard to figure out on your own. And so when your dad is like, "Well, you can leave," I'm like, "Well, I can't." Anyways, and like they'd be like, "Oh, Amelia, like we're gonna go into the store. You can go to a different store," and I'm like, "Yeah, but then I think I would lose you, so
Yeah.
I'll just lean against this wall here because I'm really
Because I'm actually
tired."
really liking this wall.
Yeah, because they don't have any benches in Dublin, believe it or not.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
So, anyways, I think it's there's balance, and obviously for a short trip like that where it's just a couple days, like for sure do the go go
Right.
go.
I will
But
say
then,
that's why I was
yeah,
really glad our beach day was the last day
yeah,
because we did 2 whole days of like stuff,
yeah,
and then we just sat in the sun.
yeah. So that's good. But yeah, I think it's just like follow your heart, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think part of my whole like anxiety with it was like, and this is pretty stupid in hindsight, but it's just how I think. Where it's like, am I going to be embarrassed to be like, oh yeah, I went in California and I didn't do blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like no, because also this is different because in New York it was like there are like there were like a bunch of like sites to see that we didn't see. Like we didn't really see the Statue of Liberty. We just saw it like really from afar.
Yeah.
And we never went to the Empire State Building and things like that. Where it's like, oh well, and I went to New York and I didn't do that. But it's like in California, it was like, oh, well, I actually don't think there is much for unless you're gonna spend a bunch of money to go to Universal and Disneyland. Like,
Yeah. I think like yeah, I was thinking like if I went to like LA or in that area, I'm pretty sure it would just be like kind of like a foodie trip for me where I
Right.
would be like eating a bunch of places, because otherwise like I don't really care about celebrities. So like I don't know, like they're like, like the tours where you can like go see their houses.
Right.
Like I wouldn't
A
do
lot of
that.
people were offering us tours. So you want to go on a
Um,
tour? We said, no.
yeah, or
Maybe
like
next time.
I don't know, even like the Walk of Fame or like things like that, or going to the movies. Like I don't think I would really be interested in that. But like the food, I always hear of like good food places in LA.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm sure like if me and Shorty went, like we both like trying different food places for sure. We would just be like stacking it up for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I did take quite a few pictures of certain stars in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Kermit the Frog is a star, which
That's
I did
beautiful.
not know.
Of
That.
course he does.
Of course, he does that. The 3 fictional characters that I saw were Kermit the Frog, Batman, and Godzilla.
Nice.
I know Mickey Mouse has one. I just didn't see it.
Absolutely.
I just didn't see it. I did see Walt Disney though.
Wow.
But yeah, that was pretty much all I have to say about my California trip. It was very fun. I would like to go again for a little longer and kind of specifically to see the theme parks. I haven't been to Universal in a while. I haven't been to Universal and Disneyland since I was like before high school, like 14, 13.
Yeah.
And like Disney has like all the whole Avengers campus, which obviously I would love. Gotta go see that. And then Universal has Mario World now, so gotta go see that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do that. But overall, it was a very satisfying trip, and I'm really sad that I just can't go to the beach whenever, because I really like being on the beach for a day. Yeah.
That's nice.
Which is why I'm like, also, I need to do a vacation where I just do nothing and be on a beach, like
That's
a tropical
okay.
vacation. I've never
Yeah.
been to a tropical area.
I know we're staying somewhere like kind of nice in Hawaii. I'm sure there are much nicer places, but it's kind of nice. And I swear to God, Danny, if someone comes up to me while I'm reclined by a body of water and they offer me an alcoholic drink, I'm gonna I can die happy. Like that's
Yeah. A tear rolls down your eye.
yeah. Oh my God! Thank you, Todd. I will have a pina colada.
Dude, you have no idea how sad I was when we got there. We were like talking about what we were gonna do like beach day, and I was like, dude, I can't wait. I just want a pina colada on the beach. And then we come to find out that you can't drink on the beach,
alcohol.
which is crazy. What'd you say?
Of course not.
Why not?
Children are there.
So they're not
public.
drinking. So what? So is a restaurant. They're not drinking.
Intoxication. It's a thing.
Yeah, but I'm not getting drunk. Then why can't you go to a restaurant and stuff?
Okay,
I don't know.
so you're saying
I was
you
upset.
should be allowed to drink on the beach, but you can't get messy with it?
Yeah.
That would be
Exactly.
so hard to enforce, I think.
I don't care. There are people enforcing stupider things elsewhere. So.
Also, I drink on the beach at like 15. You can drink on the beach.
Also,
you just have to like not advertise it.
Also, this is also like the only beaches that I've ever been to were in Rocky Point, where people were always drinking on the beach.
Yeah.
So I was just heartbroken that wasn't a thing. But I still had a pina colada on the pier.
Nice.
So see, what the fuck is the difference? The pier is on the beach, but as soon as I step on sand, I can't have a drink.
Well, they're probably like worried about you like fucking drowning. I don't know.
But the alcohol makes the sea warmer to you.
And thus worse?
No.
Like that's more dangerous.
It's like how am I supposed to?
Like, the water is so warm. Let me stay in here and head over to those rocks. I'm a seal.
Rocks? I'm a seal. Like I hear the sirens calling to me
look at
to
that.
this really
I'm caught
rocky
in a
area.
current. Bye-bye.
No.
What a way to go.
See, I don't think one pina colada will do that to you.
Yeah, but how are they going to limit you?
I don't know. I just people should be allowed to drink on the beach. That's all I'm
Because
saying.
like one pina colada, let's say someone's like a mega lightweight.
One pina colada turns into 2 pina coladas,
and you're kind of a lightweight.
Yeah, but I was fine. Which also, I had a pina colada and then half of my partner's margarita because they didn't finish it, and then I went on the beach. So what's stopping me from drinking, walking up the stairs?
The city like more liable to like death.
I guess. I get no, like I get it, like logically. I'm just saying we should let it happen. I'm just saying there are plenty of other lapses in society's judgment of safety and stuff. Let's just let this be one of them. Mm-hmm. Let's just let me drink pina coladas on the beach.
And I'm saying you can't just put it inside like a Stanley.
See, yeah, and if I had known that, then I would have prepared and I would have been fine.
There we go.
But the device that I had was my water bottle, which I use for water. And once you put something that's not water, the taste never leaves.
Oh my God, don't I know it?
One time I used one of those for tea, and my water never tasted not like tea again.
Wow. Yeah, I borrowed a small water bottle from my sister, and her and her husband would put those like little hydration packs, like
Oh yeah,
packets
yeah, yeah.
in there, the BCAAs, and I was like, this tastes so disgusting, and I would like try and rinse it out, and it would never ever work. So I like on that whole trip I had to use a disposable water bottle because I was like, I actually can't use this one.
Hmm,
Hi,
I see.
I love your color. Yeah, when I so on I came and stopped by to check on the cats on Thursday and
Oh yeah.
Friday. And Thursday, Sue Chill, I saw the hairball. At first I thought it was poop. And then I was like, wait, I think cats would not poop on the floor when they have a litter box. I mean, maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, no,
But
they shouldn't.
then I like saw and it was kind of furry looking, and I was like, okay, it's a fur ball. And then I was like, okay, she didn't pee anywhere. Beautiful. I
Beautiful.
gave her a little go-gurt. I sprayed, and then I would have stayed longer, except I'm actually um very allergic.
Right.
So I couldn't even like really touch her because I was just scared of like dying.
Hmm.
But I was here. And then on Friday, okay, so my Shorty was supposed to go with Danny and them on the trip, but then she ended up backing out like last minute because she had like a shit ton of work to do. And she did like she had to work on she didn't have to go into work on Saturday, but like she like worked on her laptop for a
Damn.
couple hours when we were together on Saturday. So like she was being dead ass about that. Not that I didn't believe her, but like it really
You
shows. Like
really,
it's not.
you
It
really
wasn't even
working.
like she thought it was gonna take a long time and then it didn't, and then it would have been like, oh damn. No, it like actually did take a long time. But anyways, and I was like, okay, well I have to go and see these cats on Friday. Oh,
She biting you?
yes.
Oh.
But in like a loving way, not in like a
She's attacking.
yeah. But anyways, um, and then so we were like, okay, like let's try and like maybe go out to eat somewhere in Tempe on Friday so we can like go and do this and then do that. And then Friday afternoon, I was like kind of in the mood to go dancing.
Oh.
Like I was like, oh, I kind of want to. Oh, hi. You know, I can't touch her, but she can touch me.
She does you. Nothing you can
Um,
do about that.
but yeah, anyways, and so then when I showed up to my shorty's house at like 7 p.m. on Friday, I was like, I kind of want to go dancing. She was like, OMG, same. And I was like, oh,
Whoa.
and so we were like, sweet, yeah, we can go dancing somewhere in Tempe. And when we were on the drive, I was like, I would love to specifically dance to Latin music, but like I don't know. I am myself don't know of clubs specifically in Tempe that play like Latin music consistently. I feel like
Right.
a lot of times when I go out dancing, because like we go out dancing in Charlie's, not Charlie, yeah, at Charlie's in Phoenix or Boycott or yeah, I mean like those are kind of our two faves. And like sometimes they play a lot of Latin music, and then sometimes it's like Taylor Swift. Like it's
Hmm.
not
It's not consistent.
yeah, it's not consistent. But anyways, but she was like, "Oh, um oh shit. Wait, should I start I I think people can tell that you live in Tempe."
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I don't
That's
know.
fine. It's a big city.
Yeah, it's a big city. But anyways, so I was like, I want to do like Latin music, but like if like I'm open to other things. I think I just like I would like that. That'd be cool. And she was like, oh well, the third floor of Varsity Tavern like always plays Latin music, or like they normally play Latin music. And I was like, okay, all right.
I like the
So we
sound of
came
that.
here, and then we went to go to Postino for dinner, and we were like, let's
Ooh.
go to Postino and like linger because we got here like probably like 7:30, 7:45 or something. And then we were like, let's go to Postino and then linger. And so we went to Postino and then we lingered, and then we went downtown, dead, dead because
Really?
it's not school year right now. And
Um,
also it was like at like
that makes
9 p.m.
sense.
or something. I don't know. And so then we went into Fat Tuesdays,
Ooh.
and we got a singular slushy. We got a pina colada slushy.
Oh
Shit is strong. Oh, and then this girl came up like a a server, and she was offering like shots, but in like little tiny test tubes,
yeah.
and they
Ooh.
were like $4. So I got one, and it was a green tea shot, which means it tasted like juice.
Oh, right, right, right. Which
Um,
tastes like really good
yeah,
and like zero
really
alcohol.
yummy, really yummy. Yeah, I don't know what's in there. I don't know if anything was in there actually. But anyways, and actually, so we got our slushie, and then I saw a table that looked like it had been recently abandoned. It was
Mhm.
just a table for two, and it had like the menu and then like an empty cup and no wallets or anything like that. No one near there, no like nothing. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so we went and we sat down, and as soon as we sat down, some other people came up to a table. It seemed like they knew people at the table next to us. And this girl, I know she was drunk, but she came up and then she didn't even look at us or anything, but she just pointed without looking and then loudly said, "That's our table." And I was like, okay. So we were like, okay, let's just we can get up.
Yeah,
like,
we can. There's other tables.
yeah. Like yeah, and I was like, okay, all right. And then we just went and sat at another table, and Kareem was like, maybe that was like her trying to be nice. And I was like, didn't feel nice. And she was like, I don't want any problems. And like obviously we're not gonna get in a fight.
Oh,
Like,
fuck you, it's our table.
yeah, no, I like obviously not, but we were just like, okay. And so we just went and sat at a different table. And then we like hung out there until 10. And like I've been to Fat Tuesdays before with Alexis. Shout out Alexis. And
Is that a name you want me to bleep?
no.
Okay. You might have mentioned her before.
And yeah, we have mentioned her before. And like there has been like a bit of a dance floor. Not like it's not huge or anything, but like there's a bit of a dance floor, and they do play live music sometimes. Not this time, or at least not at that hour.
Mhm.
And because yeah, okay, I've only gone out dancing in Tempe one time, and it was with Alexis, and she lives like in Tempe, like so close to Mill. And she was like,
She does currently?
no. Well, she did. She did at the
I
time.
will say.
And she was like, yeah, so like we should leave at like 10:45. Like leave her apartment to go dancing at 10:45.
Yeah.
And to me, that's so late.
That's incredibly late.
That is so late. But she was right, because we went to Varsity Tavern there like that night first, and she was like, "Oh shit, we got here too early," and it's like 11 p.m. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then she was right, because like we went back there later and it was busier, and I was like, "Oh my god, she was right." But and so when like we were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go dancing in Tempe," I was like, we'll see." Yeah, because then we were like, okay, at like 10-ish, or maybe even like 10:30, we went to Varsity Tavern. We went up to the third floor, fucking empty. And I don't even think they were playing Latin music. Actually, I think when we were leaving, I did hear Young Miko, who is Puerto Rican. But
Right.
anyways, yeah. And so
I feel like any time on a Friday night should, I mean, not any time, but like if it's late, it should be packed. But I guess you were saying it's summertime, so students are not here.
I think like in Phoenix, you have a better chance of even going to Charlie's. Like I think it's Saturday nights. If you go to Charlie's, there's usually going to be a drag show going on, and so the dance floor inside is going to be the drag show, and they don't end until like 11. It's crazy. But anyways, we left Tempe feeling so dejected, and we were like, okay, let's go. We live near Gilbert, or like she lives in Gilbert. I live like basically in Gilbert, and downtown Gilbert has a place called Whiskey Row. There's actually another location in Scottsdale, but we haven't been to the one in Phoenix. Well, I haven't been to the one not in Phoenix, in Gilbert. We were like, let's try it out. And so then we finally got there, and finally it was like big old dance floor, packed, lots of people. Obviously not going to be Latin music at a place called Whiskey Row.
Right.
I'm going to let you know that right now. Not Latin music. But they were playing some good hits, and also some weird remixes. Like they played Beautiful Things.
Like yeah, I was who's that?
Yeah.
Maroon 5?
No, some guy named Benson Boone.
Oh. Hold on.
Well,
you say some guy named Benson Boone?
Yeah.
I guess you've been off social media.
Yeah.
He's gotten pretty popular over the last maybe 2 months.
Oh.
And not in a good way. Not in a good way. Not in a good way popular. It's usually shitting on him. And it's funny because for the most part he seems part of it. He'll make his own jokes, but then he did release a TikTok where he was like, "All right, guys, maybe now we make jokes where my music is good," or some shit like that.
That's actually kind of funny.
But yeah, I feel like he's become a part because of that one. not Moonbeam Ice Cream. That's one of the lyrics. What's the song? Mystic Magic. He has a song, and one of the lyrics is Moonbeam Ice Cream, and then Crumble Cookie made a Moonbeam Ice Cream
Oh,
Crumble
cute.
Cookie, and that has just become a part of like when people talk about like brain rot right now.
Oh,
That's one of the things, like that, and like Labubus, and
well, I'll get into that.
oh,
because
wait, into what?
to brain rot.
Okay, we're bringing back Italian brain.
Did Jacob text you?
About
I'll show you. Jacob texted me this morning. He just sent me a photo.
Oh, is it
from
the-
like Nintendo?
yeah, it's the Donkey Kong game.
Yeah.
The new Donkey Kong game.
Where it's
Crazy. That's so funny.
This
He
is
sent it.
Jacob's third feature on this podcast.
That's so funny. We gotta get him on. That's so funny that he sent that to you because he texted that to me too, and I was like, "Holy shit, the huge reference!" And I just,
I just said my guy.
That's funny.
Oh, but yeah, they were like, it's just that he also played the song. I have heard the sound before. The like, because I'm too messy. And I'm too fucking clean.
It's just called Messy.
Okay, sure, Messy. I've heard the sound, right? He played the song in its entirety, and I was confused. I was like, "This is not a club song." I don't know. But
I don't mind that
were
song, but
girlies
it's definitely not a club song.
who were singing to it in its entirety, so maybe it was working. I don't know. But it wasn't working on me. And then there was another time where he was playing a song, and I wish I remembered what it was, but I remember all of a sudden, like it was like this lady, this like almost like a commercial voice lady speaking, and I did not understand what she was saying at all. And I turned to Kareen, and I turned to Shorty. I turned to Shorty. You actually don't even bother editing it out. Just don't even bother. I don't even think she cares.
Okay.
But anyways, I turned to my Shorty, and she knew what it was. Okay, it's like something like Jet Set Vacation, or like, and now you can jet set anywhere.
Oh, the Jet 2 holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does the audio go?
I don't know.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday with.
Yeah, he just played that in the middle of a song, and everyone.
So he's going for the trending TikTok stuff.
Yes.
He played Benson Boone and Messi, and now that.
Yeah, and I who have
and
not been
chronically offline queen.
I'm not even. I do be like on YouTube like a lot. Like I'll hear about anything big happening on TikTok.
If it reaches
I
YouTube,
feel like
it reaches you.
Listening to it, yeah. But yeah, that was really something. And so we were like, Jesus Christ! All I wanted was to go dancing, and they like it was so.
They didn't want you to dance.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I know we could have just driven to Phoenix. We could have driven to Charlie's. That would have been an immediately like it's working out.
Right.
But sometimes I'm not in the mood to drive 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
Far.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Anyways.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I need to hit the clubs again though. It's been a while.
We can hit the clubs again.
We can hit the clubs again. We gotta go to Nuttown. We missed Pride
Oh
Month.
my god, yeah, we have to go to Nuttown.
We have to go to Nuttown. We missed. I also have still never been to Charlie's.
Wow. Do I think you would like it?
That's not what I asked. The question didn't come up, but okay. Do I think you would like it?
I honestly think like Nuttown is more your vibe, or like Sazerac. Charlie's is very much like
Sazerac is one time we
very much like for like the hookup culture gays. It's definitely like a fun place. Definitely for like the house music gays. I don't know. Anyways,
anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. You should be a DJ. Did you say your Shorty wanted to be a DJ, or was something first episode?
Shorty has a DJ set, and actually, so the Yard recently they did a stream called the Yard Beat Off, where they each took 3 hours to make a beat, and then they like compared. And funny. Like I was so inspired watching that stream that I told Shorty like that this weekend I wanted us to beat off. I wanted.
This weekend
I didn't want us to beat off because I didn't want to compete making beats. I wanted us to make a beat together.
Yeah.
I wanted us to make a beat together. I wanted us to throw down a beat.
You wanted a beat together.
We did not get around to it, but it's still on my to-do list.
That's cool. How I would imagine. I mean, there's probably small ones, but I would imagine a DJ set's pretty like large, or at the very least like complicated.
I think it's I think it's the
Size of
the
like a
length
laptop.
of 2 laptops.
Oh, wow, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Like a keyboard.
Yeah.
I will say I have been looking into like an audio interface because A, it would be helpful for this pod, and B, I want to get back into streaming.
Tell me again what an audio interface is.
It's let's pick up a picture, but basically it would be like we plug in a mic to it, and then or some sort of audio thing, and then it has like for the very basic is just like listen, I'm not that much of a tech nerd. Basically, just makes your audio sound good. But you can get ones that have like little things. Like when I was looking up, there are ones that are basically like DJ sets that has like a little thing, and it has like a little fucking round guys like to mimic a vinyl player or whatever, a round table. What are they called? Spin table. I don't know. And they have like buttons where it's like a preset like noise and things like that. Like the more complicated it gets, it just basically becomes a DJ set like that.
Okay.
Whereas like so for example like what if we just did it with like a mic and if I got one with buttons, which I would want because that'd be funny for like stream. If like we were talking and you push a button that's like a it would just be part of like the audio instead of like I have to edit it in or like I have to put a phone to it or whatever. So again, I'm no tech nerd. Like whenever I have a tech question, I go to Mr. Skinny Luigi, our friend Kai, and he answers him or Jason will always help me with tech stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah. So, anyways, but I was looking into getting one like that, and I just noticed that if you get one with enough bells and whistles, it basically becomes a turntable or a DJ set or whatever.
Yeah, I think turntable is what you're thinking of.
yeah. I just said it so casually, even though I was looking for a turntable.
Turntable.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be cool if you guys beat off. I really wish I was musically inclined. Like, even like as far as like media consumption, like music is just not up there for me.
Oh, it's not for me either, like in any sense of the word. I think with like something such as beating off, like you can be bad at it and still have fun.
You can be bad at beating off and still have fun, yeah.
Yeah. It's the journey, not the destination when it comes to beating off.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because like I wish like I don't know how to play any instruments. I learned like maybe 2 or 3 songs on ukulele when I was a kid. I would love to be good at writing music so that I could write lyrics, but I'm just not. It's not a creative outlet that I have.
I think it's just something that you have to like keep doing really, really badly, and then one day you're good.
Yeah, that's kind of the case for any creative venture.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. I'm just waiting for Raymond to get me on a feature on one of his songs.
Oh my god, yeah. If Shorty and I were to beat off against each other.
Yeah, sorry.
If we were to beat off against each other and not with each other, then I would have probably Raymond judge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he would be a good judge. Yeah, that's good.
So long as he doesn't know who's who.
You might. Oh, I see.
Oh,
like
actually, no. I
think
Raymond would be pretty good at having unbiased.
He would be unbiased.
Yeah.
We could do like I don't know how much of a fan you are of my stuff on my channel, but I used to do cook-offs where we would cook and someone would be a judge.
That's fine.
And
I did not know that.
And so we should do a beat off on this channel.
I think so.
That would be cool. Yeah, I will.
And then one of the winner can be the end credits.
The
end credits of the episode.
Oh, like the track, the beat that we off is the end credits.
Yeah.
The only reason that I made this in its own channel was so that we could do fun stuff that wasn't pod. Like you said, you wanted to do cooking videos or something eventually.
Yeah, I do.
That's the only reason That's the only reason this is not on Studio 82, which is my podcasting network or whatever.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I definitely want to do other episodes. And like even if like we did go traveling together, then like
a little vlog.
Yeah, except like I don't know. I also like to be present.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. But, I thought that with New York too. I'll do like a little mini vlog, but I was like, I don't want to be recording. So unless obviously this is not really a possibility at the moment, but like in the event that we get some sort of traction, it would be cool to do one specifically for that purpose instead of like let's just do a vacation and then oh fuck we have to record too. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we will God bless this nest in the next episode, guys. Yes. So what we've just discussed is I had an idea where since we meet up every other week, which thus leads to an episode every other week. But we were thinking if we ended up always talking like an hour and a half anyway. Yeah. So instead, if we just push it a little bit to 2 hours and then cut it down the middle so we have an episode every week, we're going to try that out this time and we're going to see how it goes.
We want to keep you fed, Jacob.
We want to keep you fed. Jacob and Gabe, you guys are going to be fed. And don't ever say we never did nothing for you. So we're gonna round this episode off with a blind ranking. Next episode we will God bless this mess.
Okay.
So you want to do yours this episode?
Yeah.
Let's.
Okay. I see. Okay. All right. Ready?
I'm so ready.
Pies.
Pies. All pies?
Mhm.
I love pies. I've never had savory pies, so I can't speak for all pies. I've never had like a shepherd's pie or anything. But I'm gonna go just blanket statement. Pies are pretty good. I'm gonna put it at a 3 just because it's not even like my favorite dessert or nothing. I just really love pies.
Okay. Number 2, Trader Joe's.
I have nothing to say about Joe. I'm gonna put him. I actually have one thing to say about Joe. The last time I went to Joe, I bought a baguette there, and they
That
gave
was the last time you went?
Yeah.
Oh wait, like a year ago?
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy.
I don't go to Trader Joe.
Wow.
I got a baguette and they gave me a little brown bag and it felt like I was in a movie, you know, where it's sticking out the top and everything.
So
That's
Parisian.
beautiful. So for so Parisian, so Parisian. So for that experience, I'm gonna give it a 4. I have nothing to say about Joe.
Number 3, Wiener Dogs.
Wiener Dogs? Oh, I used to have 2 Wiener Dogs and they were the lights of my life.
That's adorable.
I'm gonna put that on number 2.
Remember how last episode we were
The
like,
last 2.
oh, we played really in the middle?
Yeah, my last 2 blind rankings have been this. That
Yeah,
sucks.
so-
we'll in 2 weeks I'll bump it up.
Number 4, ad-free YouTube.
Oh, ad-free YouTube is gonna be number 1.
Mhm.
I will say though, it's, you know how we were talking about like how when watching Smosh, it's really helpful for that. Now that I feel like I don't watch Smosh as much, it's like I was kind of debating like, do I need it still?
Worth the $10.99.
Right? Is it worth it? You're paying $10.99.
Yeah.
What am I paying? I think I'm paying like $13.99.
Oh, I think I'm paying
10. You're paying like $20.
I'm honestly, I'm gonna sound. I promise, guys, I'm not really good with money. I'm not checking I'm not checking my transactions.
I am not good with money at all. After this trip, I was like, we're gonna lock the fuck in financially here in August. So for this month at least, I got rid of all my subscriptions, and then I'm gonna see which ones I really miss.
Oh, very smart.
And then if there's, and also like I was paying for Disney Plus and Hulu Plus HBO, but there's a bundle that costs like the same as one of them.
Did you get rid of Apple Music too?
No, I got rid of Spotify because I already had Apple Music. I just got Spotify.
Yeah.
I have Apple Music because my friend has me on their family plan,
Oh.
so it's just free. But I got Spotify because I wanted to be able to like use it with friends and like make playlists and stuff, and like me and my partner.
Wow.
But I was like, I'm just gonna save the money, so
Yeah.
now I'm back to Apple Music
For a while.
So YouTube Premium is gonna be gone for the month, so we're gonna see how I feel. But as of right now, I still have it and I'm loving it, so I'm gonna say 1.
Okay.
What's my number 5?
Lawn gnomes.
That's okay.
Okay.
I have nothing to.
He doesn't like Nomeo.
I don't
Juliet.
like. I have a picture of me in front of the Romeo and Juliet post when I was like 6 or something, whenever that movie came out.
Oh wait, no, that's a Smurf. Wait, are Smurfs lawn gnomes?
Smurfs are not lawn gnomes. They're Smurfs are Smurfs.
They kind of look.
They look lawn gnome-esque. They have the little hats, but no, they're Smurfs.
Okay. All right.
So okay, next time I'm not gonna play it even because that.
I think if you did.
I think I would have put pies and then YouTube Premium.
We're doing my blind ranking next episode, or now?
Next episode.
Okay.
So next episode we'll have the 2.
I'm gonna vow to myself. I'm covering 1 and 5 first.
Okay. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Okay, guys, next week for you guys in about 10 minutes for us. Watch Amelia pick 1 or 5. No middle playing.
Mm-hmm.
No middle playing for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say the same thing in 2 weeks from now for you guys. If it just remind me. 2 weeks for them. Is that right?
No.
3 weeks. No, 3 weeks from
wait,
us now.
2
2 weeks for them.
From when they're watching this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
Actually, in 3 weeks I'll be in Hawaii, so we'll have to skip a week there.
Well, we'll record in 2 weeks.
Oh wait, okay, then we're good.
Okay. We'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we're there.
Okay. Well, is that a wrap for this episode?
I think so.
I think that's gonna be a wrap for this episode. Wow. Thank you guys for joining us. It feels a little awkward because I feel like we're in the middle of our steam, but that means we're just gonna have a full episode of full steam next week for you guys.
Yes.
For you, Jacob and Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.